is the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach 1. After 17 years, the Mach 1 is back, and this time with a lot of ponies. Today we're going to compare it to the BMW M4 with the standard 6-speed manual transmission. The Mach 1, it is potentially one of my favorite Mustangs right now. And the reason I say that is because what they have done to this car this time, the performance package that this vehicle is equipped this year, make this potentially one of my favorites and probably the best looking Mustang right now. I know the GT500 is fantastic, it's fast, it makes a lot of horsepower, but this, it's so good. Yes! It looks so good on the outside. It has the performance package, including the actual splitter in the front, the side skirts, the massive wing in the back, which in my opinion, it's not overly done. They have done a great job with the entire package, the beautiful exterior color, the stripes as well, the Mach 1 in the front, everything in this car, it's almost perfect in my opinion. It is equipped with the 5-liter V8 rev match 6-speed, although you can get a 10-speed. The one that we have for today's video, it is the 6-speed manual transmission. It is also equipped with the GT350 transmission, which it is quite impressive. The reason I say that is because recently I drove the standard GT, and one thing I love about this transmission, it is a good short shift transmission, and you get to shift so much faster in this compared to a standard GT, which kind of feels like a truck. You're going all the way through. In terms of the tire setup, this has the Cup 2. And unfortunately today, because I'm the third or fourth person that actually booked this car, it almost has no tires, so even if you want to launch it, it keeps drifting. The car is ridiculously fast in my opinion, and what I love about this is the entire performance package that Ford has put together. In terms of the tech features, here's what you get: heated seats, ventilated seats, and most importantly, you get an active exhaust, which changes, of course, when you open it up. The quad exhaust in the back, it's so big, and you notice that right away. And in my opinion, the match between the wing, the exhaust, the diffuser, the entire package is fantastic. The vehicle is loud. It's pretty loud when you want it to. You can put it in Sport Plus. Technically, it's just a standard GT. You're getting the same features in it. You got the drag mode, track mode as well, rev matching, you have it in here. The difference is the actual mechanical part, the engine, the transmission, everything. Tires are massive. Cup 2, 315s in the back and 305s in the front. They're huge. And it's actually good because it gives the car so much grip. It's literally one of my favorite Mustangs right now. And I don't say this just because I'm driving this, but I have never had so many people give me thumbs up with a car like they have with this. Everyone that looks at this just is shocked and mesmerized in some ways. It is very, very, very aggressive looking, and it is so much fun to drive. The exhaust sound in the back, sometimes a bit obnoxious, but you get used to it with time. Rev matching, third. I have never had so much fun with the car for a week. I tend to keep the press cars for a week, and this is just so good. And this is the new BMW M4. It is probably one of the most controversial BMW M out there, including the M3, and because of that grille in the front. And I know you guys love to talk about that. The grille is this, the grille is that. I personally love it. I think it's beautiful. They've done something bold, they've done something great. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about this thing. So what do we have in here? Well, first of all, the first thing you need to know is the fact that the M4 will cost you more. In fact, this is over $100,000 Canadian. Meanwhile, the Mach 1 is about $77,000 Canadian out of the dealership. So there's about $30,000 or so dollars in terms of the difference, and rightly so, because if you get inside the M4, you'll notice everything you see in here. He looks so much nicer and more refined, which kind of justifies that price difference. It makes total sense. Why would they charge more for a lesser car? That wouldn't make any sense. This uses the standard inline-6 twin-power turbocharged engine. It uses a 6-speed manual transmission. But most importantly, you can also get an automatic, but that is for the competition. The competition package comes with an automatic transmission, with paddle shifters, of course. This is the old 6-speed, which I absolutely love. And this is what I love about both cars, the fact that you can get a manual transmission in 2021. It's becoming very rare. I mean, Mercedes and Audi have gotten rid of them completely. Now, this is pretty much it. And I love and I respect BMW for the fact that they offer a manual transmission. Oh, I love this car. This is special on its own way. And what I mean by that, well, first of all, it is more civilized as a car. And it drives like a normal day-to-day car. It's more comfortable. You have adaptive suspension system. It uses 6 pistons in the front for the brake calipers. Beautiful red calipers. The interior of the M4, it is the same as the brakes off that Mustang. This car. I love this. It's just nice to drive a manual transmission. Every car I get lately is just automatic, and it's just refreshing to be able to enjoy something like this. 5,000. I love this car. To me, overall design, and I know a lot of you guys don't like the overall look of this thing. I personally think it's fantastic. In fact, as we were driving towards this area, I was looking at the rear view mirror and I look at this and just stunning. I love what they've done with this. Now, here are a few things that I can complain about this car. First of all, the exhaust. Now, what you're hearing right now, it's actually not the stock exhaust. It's not even close to that. This is the tuned exhaust. So the owner actually tuned it because he thought the same thing. It's not a lot of fun to drive with that kind of exhaust. You don't hear it as much. So you've done some work. The car is still brand new, so it's not like 10, 15,000 kilometers. So it's still brand new, but the first thing he did, got it and put the exhaust on. I like what this thing offers. It has quite a lot of things in terms of tech features compared to the Mustang, and that's why you're paying more for this. It is more comfortable when you drive it, and most importantly, it is so quiet inside. It's weird to say that with that exhaust in the back, but if you drive it day to day, you can have a conversation. In the Mustang, you feel and you hear everything on the road, including including the rocks on the road. This thing, it's so much more civilized than the Mustang and so much more comfortable. In the Stang, you're always like bouncy, and in comfort mode, this thing drives like a proper daily, and that's what I love about the BMW compared to the Mustang Mach 1. In terms of the looks, I will say my favorite out of the two is the Mustang. It looks nice. It has a good performance package. This needs a bit of work, but here's what he has done to this. There's some body panels here that have carbon fiber wrap, which you can't even tell, and it looks really nice. But because he didn't want to get rid of the actual sunroof, it didn't get the carbon sunroof. You can also get carbon ceramic brakes with this, something that you can't get in the Mach 1. You just get the standards. The automatic in this, it will cost you way more because you have to go all the way to the competition. So that's the problem. But most importantly, the M4 in the future will have an X drive, but that will come only in an automatic transmission, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, but you won't be able to get a manual transmission with an X drive. Now the next question is, which one is the fastest out of these two? Unfortunately, this is owned by Ford Canada and it is called a press car. And I'm not allowed to do any drags, to do any tests, to even take it on a track. Ford Canada specifically said we do not allow any of our vehicles to be tested in that way. So we're just left with this.